In good news today, Buffy's coming back. I am delighted. I'm a little surprised. I think we're all surprised. It's coming back with Sarah Michelle Gellar, and it's going to star Buffy, or at least include her. I don't know what other guest stars have signed on, what other previous Buffy stars have signed on. In retrospect, she said for 20 years she wouldn't do another Buffy. Um, Absolutely not. Never considered it. And most of the rest of the cast just stayed silent until Charisma Carpenter came out and talked about Josh Whedon's predatory and fucking wild ass behavior on the set of that, as well as just kind of all through his career, just how he was just a giant, creepy, fake feminist asshole. And I think that they all didn't want to say anything bad about Joss because most of us hero worshipped him. He was one of the good ones. And until they were able to be honest about who he was to the public and have the public accept that and believe them, they weren't able to revisit the project. And of course, Charisma Carpenter and James Masters had that Slayer sequel in an alternate universe in Audible that I listened to when it came out 2 years ago. And that was fucking amazing. Actually, it was a really fun ride, and I didn't expect any of it. And it was nice to see all those characters again. It was nice to be with them again. And I would love a Buffy reboot. Buffy was the first feminist. She was the first woman who fought back and won a lot of the time. And she literally fought her demons in a world where a lot of women were supposed to be murdered by our demons and supposed to give in to our demons and supposed to just give up and romanticize our demons. And that gave me a lot of strength. I memorized every episode of all seasons of Buffy. I read everything I could about it. I was a super fan because I'm old and we didn't have a lot of female heroes back then. We do now, and I think we do now because of Buffy. I think Buffy gave birth to, or a lot of women grew up after Buffy just believing that you could slay your demons. And it's amazing. I love so many of the new artists today. I was so happy at the Grammys, and there's so many great songs right now about just fucking men up, just murdering them, scaring them, living without them, enjoying their pain, ignoring them. I'm here for all of it. They've put us women through a lot of shit, and they continue to. There continue to be horrific stories about what men are willing to do to women. Women aren't mass murdering men the way men mass murder women. And I, for one, Buffy made me feel like we could at least make things even. So I'm really excited. It's also interesting to see how when Cece, which is what people call Charisma Carpenter, who know her, and I feel like I do, when Cece came clean, when she talked about what had happened to her, everyone else got to be honest. And when everyone got to be honest, there got to be healing. And a giant exposure of this mass creep, Joss Whedon, in the art industry, in the film industry, in the writing industry. And people got to sort of uncover the fact that you can say you're a feminist, but unless you actually like women and respect them, you're not. And only the women get to decide whether you are a feminist or not. And he definitely isn't, and I'm glad that he's gone. And his absence makes Buffy possible again, which is kind of ironic. So I'm excited. I know that the world is falling apart, and I just wanted to give you a little bit of good news.